Anu, it's always been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thanks, Abhijeet. Same here. I'm looking
Right.
forward to this.
Absolutely. Anu, tell me something. You have been working with a lot of organizations, helping them retain uh, the employees and tackle all the issues related to that. More so for women. And I think uh, it takes one to understand one. So in a way, you have yourself been a woman navigating your journey uh, through the different stages of life,
Yes.
as well as the progression in the career. And now you are obviously helping others actually.
Yeah.
So tell me that what is at stake for an organization when they uh, have to help women stick on to the company actually?
Yeah. Good question, Abhijeet. Very strategic, just like you. Start off with a bang, huh? So I think the thing that's at stake is we all know attrition is tough. There's a hidden cost to attrition. When people leave, there's a cost to hiring new people, training them. There's a loss of continuity. There's a loss of knowledge. And so we know that in general, attrition is bad. The challenge we're seeing is women and men, when they start off in the beginning of their career, they tend to basically be a 50-50 distribution. By the time we get to a leadership level, we're seeing that only 16, 17, 20%, depending on the industry, tend to be women. So somewhere along the line, women are dropping off at a much faster rate than men. So the attrition issue is a lot higher on the female side. And I think that's why it's kind of interesting and important for organizations to figure out how they can retain their female employees, because a lot goes into training them through early stages of their career, through the mid-management. And then to not see that pipeline become a leadership pipeline is a bit of a challenge. I'll give you a fun analogy. So think about a leaky drum, right?
Mhm.
You have a drum, you have water in the drum, and the bottom is always leaking. So you keep filling water on the top because you want the drum to be full. It's never going to happen because the water keeps leaking out. It's a very frustrating thing, a very frustrating problem to have. You're losing potential in the barrel. And whenever you're putting new water, you're also agitating the water that's already in the barrel. So overall, it's just a very messy situation. I think the more you can contain water in the barrel and more you can stop the leakage, the less you have to add water on top.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So I'll remember this leaking drum example,
The
right?
leaky drum example.
As I look back at my own career, right, and what you are saying is so true and so relatable. I'll tell you a very short story about when I started my career. Almost at the beginning of it, I was supposed to fly to the US, and my manager, she was also out there. We were about 15 people who were supposed to land in the US on for a specific project. She went ahead of us. She went there. She made sure there are badges available for us in the office. The system is ready. The access is sorted out. She made sure that we all have home sorted out. She went around, looked for the townships, talked to the leasing office.
Wow.
And then she also had to work on the who is coming with family, who is coming single, who is female, who is man. All this stuff, right? Almost like a women's shield, if I were to call. Just made it so easy for us, making the entire landing into US so soft. She did it all alone.
Wow.
We just had to take a flight, land there. Everything else is set. I worked with her and the company for 10 years. When we speak about women empowerment, or
Yeah.
when we speak about enabling them, all of us need that. It's not just about women.
That's
if you look
right.
at it, different people require it at different stages of life, and the needs are different.
Yes.
If you are, I had that need and they helped me, or she helped me during that time. Women also have needs for the required support at different stages of life.
Yeah.
Right? Human is a social animal. We all
Correct.
need help, right? So sometimes I feel that does it require a shift in the mindset for people and the leaders in this company? Because by helping women, you're not helping them. You're actually helping yourself and the organization.
For sure.
And recognize that the needs are different for men, for women, and at different stage. What's your take on that?
That's a very nuanced question as well. I think one thing I've realized overall in my career is, yeah, the policies are there, right? We've introduced maternity leave and work-life balance policies and learning and development policies and leadership development policies. The policies are there. What's lacking sometimes is the perspective. It's not that men don't want to support women. It's just they don't know what's going on with a woman, right? Like, how is she experiencing the same workplace as you. So I'll give you an example. I work with my husband, right? Bipin and I have worked together for, I don't know, 16, 17 years at this point. And we grew up together. We went to the same, we went to the same college. We got married pretty early. So now I've been with him for a very long time. And what I've realized is, even in the same startup company, when we were actually working very similar jobs, his experience of the job was very different from mine. What he felt in the workplace was very different from how I felt in the workplace. And it was not that people didn't want to support me, it's just that they didn't know. I was the only woman in the team at that point. And so they didn't know what was going on. And for us, we've been conditioned to feel like we have to lean in harder, work smarter, adapt to the system. So women have this quiet internal battle that's going on at all times that sometimes doesn't communicate itself to the external world. And that's where I feel like sometimes men need to take that perspective into consideration as well. So I'll give you an example. Just a maternity leave. So somebody has been allowed to go on maternity leave 6 months, 1 year, whatever, you've given them that opportunity. That's great. What happens when they come back? Right? How do we reintegrate them? What happens to the loss of learning that might have happened, especially in a fast-moving industry like technology? In 1 year, versions change, technology changes, disruptive technology happens. The boss may have left. And so what are we doing to help reintegrate? That's perspective versus policy.
That's very interesting, right? Yeah. So continuing from there, right? So as leaders or managers in the company who are managing women staff as well, what can be done to spread that awareness, and what are those few things that you think they should be aware of so that they deal with this? First is they understand it, they acknowledge it, they embrace it, and they do what is required from their side to create that positive ecosystem for women to reintegrate back when they come back from maternity, as one example.
It's finding that balance. You don't have to over-adjust because somebody is a woman, and you don't have to have casual sexism either. There needs to be that balance of, I want to empower you and support you, but at the same time, the job is the job. Everybody needs to do the job. I feel like there's some amount of textured and nuanced experiences that we have to deliver, where especially it's a manager leading women, even a woman leading women, it's very important to understand that everybody's life is going to be different, everybody's definition of success is going to be different, and we sort of have to enable everyone to achieve their own version of what their success looks like. So rather than saying everybody needs to conform to the same type of ideology, the same type of behavior, the same type of skill set, why not celebrate the diversity? Why not say, yeah, you might be good at something, I might be good at something else. Let's together be a really good team. Versus saying men and women should have the exact same skills or the exact same behavior or the exact same attitudes. I think that's a big shift that we need to make.
Very interesting. As an organization, so while we spoke about leaders, people, all this makes an organization. But from not just from a policy standpoint, I'm actually asking something in both in spirit and action.
Sure.
As an organization, what is the discipline that we can bring to create this awareness and to enable the entire system to support this action?
I'll answer it in one sentence. It might sound frivolous.
It's okay, please shoot.
It's just get out of the way, man.
Okay.
I think women can shine. They're smart, they're skilled, they're talented, they know what needs to happen. We just need to get out of the way.
It's so right when you say that, right? So for example, in my own company, this woman, I think the load-bearing pillar is run by a woman. So I think instinctively some of us do, but I think that shift of mindset is what I think you are highlighting. I think it's going to be very useful for the audience who are going to listen into this. And with that, I would like to thank you, Anu, for sharing your very valuable insights. I look forward to more material coming my way to educate the world about this.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Abhijeet.